Is it true that vestibular therapy makes you dizzier? Yes. Yes, it is true. So why would you do something that makes you feel dizzier when the problem is that you feel dizzy? Let's talk about it. So the problem whenever you feel dizziness is that there's something wrong with your vestibular system. And regardless of what's wrong with it, vestibular migraines, BPPV, for example, some kind of signal is getting mixed up between the senses and the brain and the way that the brain processes those signals and sends it down to your body. So it's really a matter of how those signals are being perceived and why those signals are being sent incorrectly. So there's really two main avenues of treatment when it comes to vestibular PT. There's the treatment of BPPV, which is crystals in the inner ear that is causing the misinformation to be sent to your brain. And then there is sensory processing, which is every single other vestibular disorder besides BPPV, such as labyrinthitis, vestibular migraine, Meniere's disease, etc. No matter which avenue of treatment you end up undergoing, and that will be based off of what we found to be the problem, you're going to feel more dizzy while we're treating you and just after we treat you in order to get to the root of the problem. For BPPV treatment, we have found that there's a physical piece of debris that needs to be gotten out of your inner ear. When the debris is tumbling around in there freely, it is hyperstimulating your motion sensor. So we need to get that debris out. Well, how do we get it out if it's inside your skull? Not like we can pluck it out with a Q-tip or a tweezer. We have to actually move your head in a way that makes it move a lot so that it goes around the tube and back into the main sac. And the act of moving it will make you feel vertigo while it's moving. But we have to move it to get it out. Does that make sense? Once you get the debris out, you're going to feel a good bit better, but you're going to be able to move to sensory exercises, which is what all the other vestibular conditions will also call for. Sensory exercises is just a really fancy word for forcing your brain, your inner ear, and your other senses to talk nicely to each other, to execute movement and feel it accurately so that you stop feeling it more intensely than you need to. It trains your brain and your body to work nicely together so that you feel motion accurately and you stop feeling dizzy whenever you move around or change positions. But the thing about sensory exercises is we have to push you into a zone of discomfort whenever we design your exercises so that your brain and your body are challenged to interpret new signals about things that it previously was misinterpreting. So if you feel really dizzy during your vestibular therapy, there are plenty of things that your therapist can do to adjust the exercise intensity or to give you tips and comforts to make it a little more tolerable. Don't be afraid to talk to us about your symptoms and your fears because we can always adjust things for you.